This is a logs and lore video. We're going to go through some of the PDA information so that we don't have to interrupt the main game, and we can learn some stuff that we don't really need to know for the main game, but it just fills out the story. So here, of course, we have our inventory, and we have a blueprints for all the tools and items that we can make in our vehicles. We need some more fragments for that. And our base parts, which we're going to be building going to try and build an awesome base soon. Just gotta find a real good place to build it. Let's get away from this tower, it's making way too much noise. That's better. These are the beacons that we have. We can turn them off and on as we want. We can even change the color. I like to change the color to blue when I've known I've already been there. We'll leave the life pod orange since we use that a lot. It's this photo manager. Let's give that a try right now. Take a nice screenshot here. Oh, this is not a good place to stand because we're going to get cold. So let's go inside. There. Now we can look at everything without having to worry about getting cold. And here's our photo manager. And we can put this anywhere really. This is just what the computer tells us, so we can re-listen to it if we miss something. And these are the voice logs. Let's look at these personnel here. Human resource communication liaisons. Okay. I don't know if they're going to have more and stuff like this or not. Be interesting to find out what that personality means. These people all look a lot older. These, you hear just the first parts of it, but then they have longer versions you can listen to.
Made it to 4546B. Landing was a bit rough, but I don't think Altera spotted me. I hid from their satellite. The drop pod deployed with gusto. I just have to find it and get settled. Then I'll be able to get to work.
These give you a little bit more detail and sometimes hints of what you should do and look for as well.
I was a little nervous about dropping into an unknown area, but luckily, this biome seems to have an abundance of minerals I can use for tools and upgrades. I didn't want another situation like Bazantos 5. When Xenoworks dropped me off, there were barely any resources. I survived off the land for 3 months with just a knife, my lucky PDA, and some rope. I am still kind of proud of that, though. Some of the wildlife down here is very grabby. If I didn't know better, I'd say they're after my supplies.
After your shiny metal.
In goes a battery and titanium, out comes a scanner. Every xenobiologist's favorite tool. This planet has some fascinating flora and fauna, and I can't wait to learn about them. This will also give me access to a greater tool set. I'm assuming Altera left behind tech that I can scan for blueprints. That should make surviving and exploring out here a bit easier. Don't worry, Sam. I haven't forgotten I'm here for you. But it can't hurt to do a little research on the side, right? I know you would have done the same. I will find out what happened to you. I promise.
And of course it gives you information about different things you come across in the universe. So like sulfur, highly reactive non-metallic element usually found in abundance underground. Common applications include production of acidic compounds and combustibles. Wait, combustibles. So it tells you like where you can find these stuff in case you're looking for more. So these are just, useful little bits of information, but you pretty much figure out all this stuff as you're going along. Some of them are not finished yet. And then of course it tells you about the fauna and the flora. Gives you a little information about different animals that you scan. This is the important part, the assessment. Tells you it's harmless. Well, dangling is harmless. These ones are not harmless if you capture a little baby. I still have to figure out how to get these guys to bring me stuff instead of stealing stuff. So in case you forget about what something is, you can read about some of the stuff in here. Makes the world feel more real. Most information you just know by scanning it and using it in the fabricator and stuff like that. I don't think this one actually has a use. Yeah, it was just decorative. I don't know if we can get a sample from it or not and grow it or not. These ones we can definitely grow. Now this one, fruit can be harvested and planted and could be a sustainable food source. This will become really useful when we build a base. And we get some of these growing for food, so we don't have to really catch fish all the time. Looks like it has feet. I hope it doesn't move. And, some of this stuff is not finished. I wish they had entries for different biomes in total as well. I wonder if that's useful. I'll have to test it out. They had this one in the last game, but I don't think it was luminescent before. Maybe we can some free lights around the base when we build it. Okay, here we go. So these are the things that we want to do. Retreat to save environment, which we did, which is a life pod. Administer first aid. We didn't need to. Retrieve energy supplies if available. Emergency supplies. We did that from the supply cache. Survey the environment for threats and resources. Continuing doing that. Find or construct a reliable habitat, which we're going to do. Construct necessary survival equipment using the habitat's fabricator. We are doing that now. Locate other survivors using line of sight or the radio. Other survivors. We came alone, why would there be other survivors? I think that's left over from the last game. Maintain physical and psychological health until rescue. Yeah, these two are from the last game because we're not here to be rescued. We're here to find out what happened to her sister. So adventurers exploring the surface in cold weather climate are advised to take additional precautions. High winds can result in rapid onset of hypothermia. Keep an eye out for natural shelter or restorative hot springs. Unexpected detours occur. You never know how long you'll be away from home base. Remember to pack a lunch and a toasty hot beverage if possible. We can't say this enough. Layers. Investing in a good quality cold suit is certain to pay dividends in warmth and safety. Remember, when in doubt, don't go out. This is the important part right here. Cold suit. We'll have to build that so it lessens the effects when we're outside. Detours, yeah, you definitely have to pack a lunch. That's what the salted fish are for, and bottles of water. Hot beverage. Well, we have coffee that we can make now because we have the coffee machine. And that one plant that we found, what was that plant called? A shrub. Well, this is a shrub nut, but the plant this came from. Oh no, this gives us health. There's other plants that give us heat. We'll have to find those. This is a different, tells you little different things you can build. We got that suit already, we don't need to build that one. So, just gives you more information on what the equipment is and how it works and everything. Jukebox. I think you need to find this to go with the jukebox as well as the jukebox itself. We found the jukebox already. That'll come in handy to light up our base around outside. This one didn't work very well in the last game. I'll have to see this time, see if it works well. This is very, very useful. We'll need to build that eventually so we can repair our machines and our vehicles when we're attacked or after we're attacked. An aquarium, which unfortunately you can't breed in. So it just goes on different. This one here, modification station. We use this to change different things like oxygen tanks, upgrade them, and some modules for the vehicles and stuff. Tier planters come in a variety of configurations, allow for most plant species to be grown in small numbers for decorative or botanical use. We'll be using them for both. Scanner room will be very useful for finding things around. The drones are quite good. We'll go into detail of that when we build it. Solar panels for energy. Definitely need those. You can build different things like a bioreactor. Or deeper down when you're not near the sunlight so you get energy. This little thing is used to make the vehicles, which will be quite good. We already have this. Portable propulsion. And this is the new one that we'll be building. The new submersible for this game. Personally, I like the sea moth a lot better. 115. See that this dress call was 200 meters, so maybe we'll get this and upgrade it. And we'll go from there. Right now, we want to listen to these. We got 3 more to listen to.
Hey, Robin, I got your Augie photo. Thanks so much for taking care of him, even though he's a cranky potato. Hey, the nickname actually fits that way. A cranky potato. I know he can be a handful, but I really appreciate it. I'm a bit worried about my other baby, the mission. One of my penguins found something big. But Altera is just like, nothing to see here. Honestly, kinda glad you can't answer, so you can't, rub it in my face. Go ahead, bask in the fact that you were a little bit right about them. My project is on the line. My job, my safety. I heard about Xenoworks getting bought. I'm sorry. But at least you still have your job. Guess you're one of us now. Like it or not. Welcome to the Altera family. I should probably go before I say something I regret. Love you. Keep your chin up. Eye on the alien prize.
So she knew her safety was in danger. Interesting.
Hey, Robin. I'm sorry my last message was so awful. I've been under a lot of stress. I'm not sure what's going on with anything. I can't really talk about it either. Oh, and I'm definitely not dating anyone on this water planet. Don't know what I was thinking there. Have I told you how cold it is here? Get this. I can't even get my wash and go dry before the wind freezes the moisturizer in my hair. Wild, right? Well, anyway, I'm sure you're mad at me after what I said, but I could really use a friend. You're my sister.
Seek fluid intake.
Okay, I was going to anyways.
Vital signs stabilizing.
That'll do for now.
Hey, Robin. I really need someone to know. I'm afraid something terrible is gonna happen. You were completely right about Altera, okay? You were right. I was wrong. And the cat should be called Potato. I admit it. Sorry. Bad attempt at a joke. I don't know what to do. I guess I should just come out and say it at this point. I've said this much already. We found a frozen leviathan that's infected with Kara. Altera thinks they can use it for something. Weapons, experimental treatments, a whole range of things. But one end of the range is ugly, dangerous, but profitable, of course. What if it gets out while we're messing around with it? Or worse, what if it ends up a bioweapon in the wrong hands? I hope I'm overreacting, but I don't think I am. Anyway, message me back, please. Could really use a friend. You're my sister. I love you.
Okay, so they found a frozen leviathan. These are the really big monsters that some of them are still swimming around trying to kill us, and when we eventually see them. The Carrara virus. Interesting. So we'll have to maybe find where this thing is and see what we can do. Maybe destroy it before they use it for something stupid. Now this is all story, but it should give us some good information that we might need to find out what to explore later on.
Good morning, Frostpack. Just a quick update to inform you of some key achievements and priority shifts we need you all to get behind. The Spy Pangling project was a resounding success. Please join me in congratulating Samantha IU, who is now reassigned to Outpost Zero, helping us dream of future initiatives. Congratulations are also in order for Danielle Valenti and her team at Omega Lab. The closing of Phi Robotics means important funds can be redirected to their Kara bacteria study, which has important, positive implications for the life sciences. You're all doing an exceptional job, and I don't want to promise anything, but HQ has been taking notice. Keep up the good work, and I think we can start discussing bonuses soon.
So the important bits here is Outpost Zero. We'll have to find that. So that's where Robin was working last. Or not Robin, Samantha. We're Robin. And Omega Lab. Another place we should find. I think Phi Robotics. No, we found the base at Delta Base. So there's 3 things we have to find: Outpost Zero, Omega Lab, and Phi Robotics. We'll find out what's going on here. Here's the map. Right here. My Greek alphabet is not that good, so this is Delta Base. It's actually on the island. I think that might be where no, that must be Phi Robotics. This is Outpost Zero. And here's a Omega Lab. We'll have to find that. No, that must be Phi Robotics. Yes, this would be the copper mining site. And our life pod is about here. I think this whole area is like 4 or 5 kilometers square. Maybe it's 2 kilometers square, I can't remember.
David, you'll be happy to know the Frostpack is making excellent progress. I must say, my management style appears to be uniquely well suited to isolated snow planets. I miss you, of course, but I wonder if you feel it too. As great as we are together, we're almost better apart. Just look at how well Prosperina did in her last show. I'm sorry I couldn't be there to see it, but I'm sure if I'd been around, I'd only have made her nervous. Once this mission is over, I'll come home for a few good months, and then, what do you think if we look at reorganizing our expectations to facilitate longer-term separation success? I really think this could be a great model for us going forward, romantically and otherwise. Don't forget, I love you from the depths of my heart. Keep on succeeding in your projects. You know there's nothing I find more attractive.
So we have Emmanuel, who I think he was the manager. Yeah, Emmanuel Desjardins. I think that was who he was. It seems to be a gay character. That's good. But also another breakup story. There's one in the last game as well.
Fred, I'm not blaming you, but what do you mean it's gone? Where did it go? You found some trouble somewhere in the deep twisty bridges and decided to jettison modules?
Yeah, I had to jettison a module. I got free, went back for it. It was just gone.
And you think someone stole it?
Or something. I didn't lose it, that's for sure. I'm careful with my tools.
I'm sure you are, but you have to admit there have been a lot of sea truck accidents, and they're rather expensive.
You wanna follow me on a few runs tomorrow? See what it's like? Conditions are way harsher than anything I ever imagined. I don't know if you could really understand it from inside your base.
That won't be necessary. Thanks for your time. I'll write it up as an accident.
Tower maintenance log. Okay, this time the birds have really done it. I don't know what they've been eating, but it's corrosive when it comes out the other end. I'm gonna need to rewire. I'm short an element to fabricate the right cable. I remember seeing some when I did that dive to the old ship. I'm gonna go out there and see if I can get some more. That should fix it. Maintenance status? In progress.
An old ship. You can see the engines here. This is like an old spaceship that's crashed in the water. So we'll have to find that as well. Get some good stuff out of there, I'm sure.
Jenny, you wouldn't believe the adventure I'm having. It's just like when we were kids and we used to play Underwater City, only sea monsters aren't pretend, and I don't need to hide behind you when one swims by, because I'm safe in my sea truck. Safe and very, very brave. Please tell Dad for me. Thanks so much for the mustache kit, by the way. Be honest, I wasn't sure if it was a gag gift at first. Personal grooming is something of a challenge here, and as you know, I'm a pretty low-maintenance guy to begin with. But you'd be surprised how handy mustache wax is in an emergency. There have been some close scrapes. For a while there, someone was sabotaging my truck, and I thought I was seeing things. But my friend Sam helped me sort it out. Although, she's had some troubles of her own lately. To be honest, I get a little worried out here sometimes. But I guess that's normal, under the circumstances. Gotta expect a little risk, right? I should be happy. I have great friends and a good paycheck. Anyway, love you, Jenny, and Dad. Please find a way to tell him that he won't find embarrassing. And don't worry, I'm looking for the perfect fish to bring back as a gift. Your favorite.
I wonder what this mustache wax is used for. I'm sure we'll find out sooner or later. So someone's been sabotaging the sea truck. That's interesting.
I'm telling you, Sammy, you see some weird things when you spend half your day in a sea truck.
More vandalism? Was it the sea monkeys again?
I don't think so. I can't shake the feeling this planet is cursed.
There's no such thing as a curse.
Yeah, you're probably right. That's nothing. You wouldn't want to hear about it anyway. Just a huge creature frozen in ice.
What? Where?
In a cave, not far from your lab. And here's the extra weird part. As soon as I called it in, they closed off the area. Don't want anyone going in there.
But why?
Sammy, I'm no biologist, but I think there was something wrong with it. Its skin just seemed off. Alien.
An alien on planet 4546b. No.
I'm serious, Sam. Something ain't right. Wish I could show you, but I can't get back in there.
You can't. But I might know how to.
Whatever you're thinking, we never had this conversation.
So the frozen Leviathan is not far from her lab in a cave, so that should make it easier to find. So they made the robot look like one of the penguins. Funny.
For the last time, I'm not cheating.
Then what's your theory? What's going on?
If you ask me, Zeta's been blinking a lot. I think it's a tell.
He does have a point there.
It's allergies.
Allergies? Oh, is something in bloom on this frozen planet?
Thermal lilies. And if you gang up on me, I swear you're all fired.
You're not even my boss.
Oh, you're all so gullible. You're fighting each other. Meanwhile, look at Parvin. Just look at him.
What am I doing? I'm not doing anything.
Let's just take this to a vote. All those who think Zeta's allergies are a bad case of alienitis, say intruder.
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 Intruder. Danny,
Oh, I'm just an observer here.
I'm going to use my pass.
is there some kind of scientist conspiracy going on here? Zeta, Sam, Danielle, you three are suddenly very aligned.
Or, like I said, Parvin is cheating.
I'm starting to wish I was cheating.
I'm not sure if they're talking about work or they're playing poker in that one. So this is the report we got from the radio tower. It tells us there's only 2 people on the whole planet. So it's only the monsters we have to worry about.
Communications tower maintenance log. Another day, another slight by the winged furies. As usual, I got an interference alert. As usual, I went out to see what the problem was. As usual, it was frozen stalagmites of feathered bird excrement. I fear the career impact of saying this officially, if you can even call what I have a career. But I could swear they're targeting me personally. The week I was out with the flu, I came back to find the tower spotless. Parvin laughed at me when I asked him how he cleaned it. Silly me. As if Parvin would ever clean anything. There's nothing left for me to do but quit. But I know that's what the birds want me to do. Oh, and I got the tower up and running. Maintenance complete.
I wonder if the birds are smart enough to actually go after him. Oops, sorry, wrong button. Okay, so that's the logs and the story that's going on. We found Delta Station. So now we have to find Outpost 0. And I forget what that one was. Oh, the lab as well. That must be Fire Robotics. Yeah. We'll find Outpost 0 in the next episode. So we're going to head back to our base. And then we'll continue on searching for what's going on this planet and finding out what happened to her sister Samantha, or Sam. So I'll see you next time in the next episode.